Welcome to Long Exposures. My name's Shane. This is my beautiful wife, Gail. And yeah, you can see we got our Christmas tree up because I'm a redneck. We keep our Christmas lights up, right? And today I wanted to just kind of talk about something that happened while we were in the Great Smoky Mountains on a hike. We went to the Smoky Mountains, went on this hike. We took this road to going towards Cades Cove. Well, about halfway through, we took this left-hand turn on Trimmett Road. It kind of goes down until it became a gravel road because we wanted to see this Lynn Camp Prong Cascade. So it's basically a trail where you see like some cascades and waterfalls. And we made our way to that to hike. It was cold. We took a bunch of pictures. So, but we had a bizarre incident where as we were taking our pictures, Gail's phone malfunctioned and she couldn't hit the capture button. It wasn't working. And so a little bit later on, she found images that have no earthly explanation. They're kind of paranormal. And the more we think about it, the more bizarre it becomes. So let's just kind of look at, we're going to go through the timeline real quick.
Let's show that screenshot of what it looks like when I saw my phone.
Oh. So when Gail sees her phone, this is what she sees. And I'll put an image up closer so you can see it. You can see that you have all these like bright, happy sort of pictures here. And then bam, right in the middle, you have this really dark, bizarre, frightening looking, frankly, picture. And when Gail saw that in her photos, she immediately thought, this is something paranormal. And she's like, well, here's your haunted cosmos. Shout out to Ben Garrett and Brian Sauvé of Haunted Cosmos. I listened to all y'all's episodes. I'm definitely going to make sure that this video reaches you guys because I think you might be interested in seeing this. I think you should see all these kinds of things. If somebody has it, they should definitely send it to you. But shout out to you guys. Never miss a episode. You're doing a great job. So we're going to go through just the timestamp real quick of these images. So at 12:53, I take out this bottle of whiskey and turn it up and drink it. And about 8-ish minutes or so later, we are at this particular cascade. And Gail tries to get some images of the children. And of course, she tries multiple poses, multiple attempts, because kids are kind of hard to control. It's hard to get a good shot, right? And it's during this time that Gail's phone, what happens to your phone during this time?
It's just freeze and stop capturing images.
The capture button fails. It doesn't work when she pushes it, and I witnessed that. I sat there and watched her trying to push it. She takes it and tries to do this. I'm watching her carefully, like trying to make the capture button on her iPhone 12 work, and it doesn't. It's simply not working. And it's doing other bizarre stuff. It's just not working right. It's like, and so I get agitated. I'm watching her try to take this picture, and I'm like, man, maybe that phone is a piece of junk.
Yes, because trying to take a picture of toddlers, they only stay still for a little bit, and then that malfunctions. So.
It's frustrating, and she had been wanting a new phone anyway. But her phone had never not captured. Like, it's always taken pictures. It's never not taken a picture, right? So we can chalk that up to just whatever. But, and at 1:02, here's the screenshots.
Yeah, those are like 1:01 p.m.
You can see that these images are captured through the screenshot method because this button right here is failing. So she did a couple of those. And then at 1:02 p.m., this right here is the last picture of that set taken with my phone because I had to give Gail my phone because hers was malfunctioning during this time. So this image, this is a family image that's taken at 1:07. Now this image takes some coordination. We're up high, we got kids. I have to set up my phone. This is taken with my phone, snapped at 1:07. So in the minute prior to this, Gail and I and the kids are coordinating this picture. It has taken at least 1 minute.
So this is at kind of a little bit different location.
It's a little further up.
Yeah.
It's like literally just a few steps up.
Yeah.
From that, but it's the same creek, same cascade. We get there and take this picture at 107. So there's a gap of time between 102, that last picture of the kids, and 107. That's a 5-minute gap of time.
Mm-hmm.
And inside of that 5 minutes, Gail's phone, where's your phone during this time while we are preparing to take this photo?
It's in my pocket.
So she had her phone in her
Yes.
pocket. No kid had it.
Yep. Because Shane is like, stand over here where there's a puddle and we'll take a group picture. So we were standing there trying to get coordinated, have the kids be on their spots.
The reason why this is important is because within just the previous 1 minute of this picture being taken, these photos appears on Gail's phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a burst. The first image
Yeah.
being just this sort of black image, and I'll put it up on the screen for you to see. You can see this grainy textured image with a slight red, like a reddish tint in the middle. And then inside the burst, in the very next burst, we're talking like a millisecond later, we get this image. And as you can see, that's a very bizarre image to find in your group of pictures when your phone was in your pocket. Now, remember, that family photo was taken at 107. This photo is timestamped at 106. Gail's phone was in her pocket. It had a malfunctioning capture button. It was not working correctly, but these images wind up on here. How did that happen? Nobody pushed the capture button. Her phone was in her pocket. So let's analyze this photo, Gail. What do you see here?
Yeah, it looks like a skull.
You have that same reddish sort of middle there, and then you have what very clearly to me looks like a skull with 2 eye holes radiating light.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the upper left corner, it's kind of a bluish with a green sort of around that. The way that I interpret this image is that this image is in a cavernous space, a dark cavernous space. The reason why I think that this is a space is because these 2 eye-looking lights are actually radiating light through this space. Do you see that? That blue is the light from these 2 eye holes traveling through a space. And then you see this like reddish area right here in the middle. I believe that is a wall of a cavern. And if we go back to the burst image right before that, you can see that you can see a little bit of that red in the middle, but it's not as bright as when the skull appears. So what I think is what's happening is that the light is radiating from the skull's eyes, which you can clearly see, and then it's bouncing off of the opposite wall, not pictured, and then that light that reflected light is now lighting up this wall a little more. This is, to me, very clearly an image of nothing but a skull, no body, hanging in some cavernous dark space with glowing eyes and reflecting light back onto the wall behind it. So we have tried to figure out a rational explanation for how that image could have gotten there. There is none. It's like, well, did you accidentally hit the capture button while it was in your pocket? It would not have. If it was a picture taken inside of her pocket, it would just be completely black.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't
or
have.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have these 2 bright white light holes radiating light like that. There's no explanation for it. a pocket is not a big enough space for there to be that kind of light radiating through that way. So now let's kind of take a step back. We've seen the image and we've talked about the image, but Gail didn't discover this image until like
we're done with the hiking.
we're pretty much already done with the hike, aren't we?
We're back in the car. Yeah.
So let's backtrack a little bit and let's talk for a minute, Gail, about what transpired within these minutes that this image wound up on your phone.
Well, if we go back to this image here. Oh, sorry. What happened there? Yep, I mean, you can see this is a beautiful place. It's beautiful, very inspiring. It's like, wow, God made this place. It's like, we have an awesome God. It's like, during that time, what I feel is like, this is a good opportunity to teach my kids, about God. And I told Shane, it's like, let's read our Bible here.
So, at 1:07, a family photo was taken with my phone, which required coordination and setup. Gail's phone was in her pocket during that time. No kid had her phone. In about 5 minutes after that family photo, Gail suggests we should go read our Bible. So I felt that was sort of out of place, a little jarring, and frankly, to me, it was a little annoying because we were in such a loud, distracting place. Like being by that waterfall, like you can barely hear somebody even talk. The kids are like climbing on rocks that are slick. If anybody falls in, they're going to get hypothermia. I mean, this isn't the kind of situation where you suggest, let's read our Bible. But Gail wanted to read her Bible. She wanted us to go and read the Bible. So it was just like this sudden, inexplicable, just like suggestion that was just kind of, to me, out of place. And what? Here? Now? Maybe later?
Well, you saw this flat, big rock, and it's like, this is a good place to sit down, gather together, and have a family devotion. But yeah, I didn't consider that loud noise.
Did you sense like a longing to read the Bible? How do you describe it?
Yeah, like during that time, I just have the desire to think of Psalm chapter to recite in my head. It's just teach my kids about God's creation. That's.
But what, like, I guess what I'm trying to kind of figure out is, was it nature that was inspiring you to just like, wow, it's God's creation, nature, I want to read the Bible?
Really,
or did you feel
nowhere. It's like
was it just like a sudden, do you connect that to this event?
I didn't feel any spooky or anything like that.
Or just a longing for God at all?
Yeah, just because I miss church. I miss, because this is a Sunday actually. So I was like, this would be a good family time to read the Bible. That's what I felt.
Okay.
Because God is there in the middle, whether two or three gathered,
Okay.
That's what I felt.
Let's see. The mysterious images.
I didn't feel any spooky feeling that I need to cast some demons that time or something. It's that picture really took me off guard when I saw it in the car. It's like, what is this picture doing in my phone? It's like, what is that? And I click it, and I knew when I saw it, it's like, well, this is some Appalachian haunted picture story or something.
I guess what I'm trying to get to the bottom of is like, I guess what I'm trying to figure out is if that longing that you say that you felt, that desire to read the Bible, if it was just like I guess I'm trying to kind of figure out if it was some kind of longing to read it versus, wow, this place is beautiful, let's read the Bible, as like a activity that would be good for such a beautiful place, or if it felt to you when you wanted to do it like you had like this sudden longing to want to do it, like a spiritual yearning? Was it a spiritual yearning, or was it more like a, wow, this place is pretty, we should read the Bible?
Honestly,
Or was it an
longing,
aching, like an aching sort of like, wow, right now I just really need to read the Bible? Because sometimes, like if something is happening in the supernatural and paranormal realm, or in the unseen realm, sometimes when something's happening, you'll get this urge to pray. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I've had that before. It's like, man, I just feel this urge to pray. It's like, man, it's almost like this longing. It's not like fear or terror or dread. It's more just like, man, I just really want to go be with God for a minute. Would you describe it as like that? Or would you think of it more as just like, or would it be more of just like, man, this place is beautiful, we should read the Bible? Which one of the two would that moment most look like to you?
Honestly, it's both. Because I did long, like during that time, I longed to just recite the Psalms. It's like, I want to think of a chapter in Psalms that I know and could just recite it and share it with my kids, is what I thought during that time.
Okay. All right, so that kind of gets us to the bottom of just that. That's a subjective thing. I can't really know how Gail felt, but at that time that we discovered this photo, she brought it up that at that time, and I remembered at that time that she wanted to read the Bible, and I thought that was just so bizarre. Right around that same time, Gail complains that her phone is only at 10%, and it's only like 1:10 in the afternoon. I was kind of mad. I was like, I made the comment, I was like, well, didn't you charge your phone last night? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So Gail says that her phone had experienced an inexplicable just like drop in power.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that it was already that low when I opened it after those pictures.
So after those pictures, her power dropped significantly, which has not happened.
So I stopped using it. I use it less during the whole hike, and that's why I never opened my phone to see all the pictures I took while I was in the hike.
So, what do you think that was?
There's just no explanation to it. It's like.
Well, here's what I think that the image is. All right, I think that the Appalachian Mountains are chock full of sprites, fairies, cryptids, and spirits of an unseen realm. I think that there really is an unseen. I know that there's an unseen realm, and that there are places that have spirits in them, and forests have spirits. And I think that this was one of those spirits, whether they be demons or whether they be some kind of supernatural creature that maybe God has appointed to watch over certain regions, or maybe there's like a spirit that watches over certain waterfalls or areas. I don't really know. The Bible does actually talk about like certain spirits, like I will bind the spirit of the Euphrates or something like that. So the Bible does kind of talk about these spirits. I think that that's what it is. I believe the spirit is an ancient forest spirit that saw a beautiful family coming up the trail on a not very busy time of the year, and saw that the dad had a bottle of whiskey. I mean, alcohol, evil spirits love alcohol because it's a dangerous, you don't want to be cavalier about it. You just want to take a few little sips maybe if you're out in the woods at a time. I think that they kind of saw a family that they could maybe try to throw some bait to try to harm the family. So what did the devil do in the Garden of Eden? He goes to the woman. Well, whose phone did this image wind up on? It wound up on Gail's phone. So I'm the dad over there with a bottle of whiskey, and then you have this mom over here who's getting messages from a demonic entity. And I think that the ultimate goal is to try to entice her, because playing off of women's like the female's desire to feel special, to feel like, hey, I'm kind of, this is kind of neat, otherworldly kind of scary things are communicating with me. And, initially there's going to be fear, but with fear comes intrigue. So after a little while, women, especially like the gothic types, might start getting a little enchanted by that. It's like, wow, a devil was talking to me. It's like the princess and Bowser, Bowser's a demon. Trying to always take the girl from Mario. I think the spirit wants to turn Gail into a witch. And Gail doesn't take the bait. She didn't take the bait. It's like, oh, cool story, bro. Thanks for the souvenir. But I'm not taking the bait. I'm not going to go be a witch and then start getting these sort of ideas from Jezebel that will ultimately ruin the marriage. Blend that with a little alcohol. It's going to ruin the marriage, ruin the family, demons want to drive the husband to suicide and the wife to being a witch, and then ruin kids' lives. I think an evil spirit just kind of saw an opportunity to throw a little bait out there, try to enchant the woman in the family, try to enchant her into like the supernatural or the occult. It's not uncommon. I mean, these kinds of things don't happen like every day, but it is a tactic. It's a known tactic for like a paranormal image to just show up amongst a group of pictures. What do you think about that? Did you take the bait at all?
Well, I certainly do not feel like I'm special or anything like that. It's like when I saw this, it's probably is a spiritual being, but I didn't feel that what I wanted is to go back to God. That's what my reaction when I saw that is like, because God is better. He's like, yeah, you might try to entice or things that might be the goal, but for me as a Christian, when I saw that picture, it's like I just want to go back to God.
Yeah, it doesn't achieve what it was trying to achieve. These spirits are not all knowing. They don't know everything. I think the only thing they knew about us was, hey, look, a family. He's got a bottle of whiskey. Let's try something. I think that's really just what they do. I think they deceive. And we're just in a place that probably just has spirits. I mean, the Native Americans, Cherokee, probably have a long history at that waterfall. I mean, I would like to hang out at waterfalls. So, I mean, there's probably just a lot of, and it's all speculative and stuff, but the images are objective. And there's no explanation for the objectivity of those images that showed up. Nobody pushed the button. They just showed up there. And do you have anything to add? I think that pretty much wraps that up. I felt like it was a neat little addition. To me, it's like it makes the experience a little bit more kind of enchanted. Mm-hmm. But that's what they ultimately want to do. They want to enchant you and get you interested. What do? You don't mess with it. You don't try to communicate with it. You don't go try to find it again. You don't go looking, don't go ghost hunting, don't go looking for this stuff, don't go trying to communicate with it. So this works out well because now this corroborates the podcast I've been listening to, as I mentioned earlier, Haunted Cosmos. It corroborates that with Gail. So now when she hears these episodes, it's not crazy. It doesn't seem crazy. She didn't think that it was. She's a Christian. But it corroborates that, and I think that it's really pretty interesting, and I'm frankly kind of glad that we had that experience. But as long as you don't go back out there at night, and just kind of lay down, close your eyes, and be like, here I am. As long as you don't go buy crystals and incense and start doing weird, as long as you're not giving anything of yourself to those spirits, then you're definitely going to be fine. If you're going to go out in the woods, just say a little prayer. I think that will be the thing that dispels any of that kind of stuff. little prayer.
Yeah, when I discovered that picture, my initial reaction is that I'm glad I have God. It's like, because during that time, when I checked the time and remember what I was doing that time, it was that time when I felt that I should recite the Psalms, I should teach my kids about God. And I'm just glad that I didn't feel any spirit like that was in my phone. And what I felt is God reminding me of Himself, it's like during that moment. And I'm just glad that
There was a moment
God
that
is
God,
there for me. Yeah.
within minutes of that spirit putting that in Gail's phone, it's like God was saying, "Here, I'm with you. I'm with." Like, inexplicably, just kind of like in the noise of a waterfall.
Yeah.
It's like, here I am. So I think that's kind of helps explain what that part was. It's almost like God is seeing us as a Christian couple, seeing that there's a spirit that's trying to kind of rendezvous around with us a little bit, and then God just reminds you, you're all right. You know, you got me, you got my word. So
Yeah.
all right, well, good job. Thanks for watching the video. I found it interesting. Again, my name's Shane. This is Gail, and you're watching Long Exposures. God bless. Have a great day.